You will sleep better than you have ever slept. You've never been this relaxed. Are you ready to change your life? I'm Rusty Diamond, certified hypnotist. You don't need to leave your house. You can stay in your bed. You can stay in your favorite chair. You just need a computer or your phone. You can get a hold of me. Stay at home. I'll make your life better.
Hypnosisisgreat.com.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Boom, Miss Rusty. What's up, everyone? It is Monday. Here on the Public Access Podcast, the podcast now in Pennsylvania, the podcast. Welcome, everybody, and thank you. And so today, it's, it's back to it. I have days off where I don't podcast, and it's weird. So I'm going to get right back to it. And I have a special guest, I'm going to bring on right here and right now. And my special guest right here, right now is Daniel Riley. Daniel, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
That's a banger of an intro, my guy. That's a banger of an intro.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't found a promoter that's let me use it yet, though, for entrance music. I don't know. I've tried a number of times. One day it's going to happen, but
it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Maybe it's because of the MFer,
Right. I changed it at one point to wrestling fans, but even that one was just like it didn't have the same thing to it. But so what was your first entrance music that you had?
Oh my God. If I remember correctly, it was a Wild Eye song.
Okay.
Was it I think it was Wild Eyes or Carry On, one of those.
How'd you land on that?
So I used to be like a backyard wrestler, and we don't like most people don't like to talk about stuff like that when they do it. But
That's okay.
I'm pretty open about
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? A lot of my friends and I did it, and a lot of us have become, solidified in the business and stuff, or some of us are still making our way up there. But yeah, we always try to choose like the coolest metal like theme songs and get everybody hyped up, and especially like I got long hair, so you come out like this and it's got a good look to it. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So if you came up in the backyard ranks, what was the craziest place that you wrestled at? The venue, I guess not a venue, backyard, craziest backyard that you wrestled in, or craziest spot you wrestled in?
So all of my backyard wrestling was done like in a park, right? And
okay.
Yeah, we were those kids, and I can't even say kid, man, because I was like early 20s doing it while I was in wrestling school. Learning how to do it right. So like, come on. But yeah, it was always like in a park and stuff, like, doing crazy stuff and like things of that nature. And we were like getting storylines, and they were feeding it to us. And yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun doing it, but it's I mean, obviously it kills your body. You're getting suplexed on a mat on the floor or on a slide. Like, bro, that's so taxing on your body.
Oh, so you were doing like fucking falls count anywhere playground rules or something, right?
I was doing trunk matches, man.
What what what's a trunk match?
The only way to win the match is to get put in the trunk of a car. You
Okay,
know,
fuck.
for you
All
to
right.
put your for you to put the guy in the trunk of the car and close it up. And we literally driving a car into a park. And yeah,
Well,
I got to
okay.
do got to do those. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Where
Crazy.
was this?
So that was in Coney Island in Brooklyn, in New York.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, so they, a lot of us have come out of that, obviously, and we're all doing different things now. We're all really good friends. We actually just watched the Royal Rumble on Saturday together. So
Oh, okay. In the
yeah, it was the
park?
first time I had seen them in like years, man. But we always stayed in touch.
Um, so how were the neighbors around there? How were they with it? With the your shows going on or whatever? Were they coming out and watching, or were they
Bro, a
sort
lot of
of
people used to come out and watch, or if they walking their kids through the park, they'll sit there and watch. The guy that worked in the park became security on camera for us. It was crazy.
holy
Like it
shit?
was, yeah, it was a vibe. Everybody was down for it. Even the cops didn't care. Like it never got broken up. As long as I was there, it never got broken up. They had been doing it long before me. They did it like a year and a half after I left, and then yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, so that's fucking crazy.
Right.
It's just
I mean, you hear about it all the time, but most of the time it's a backyard of a house and they built their own ring and shit. Nah,
right.
nah,
Yeah, you
nah.
don't need a ring.
Nah, we don't need a ring. Just take a little
So
piece of barbed wire, set it on fire, and get a body slam through it.
yeah. So then what's the weirdest thing you took a bump on or into?
Oh, straight up concrete, man. Concrete, man.
Yeah, but have you I've been in some rings that feel worse than concrete to bump in somehow. I don't know how that works, but
I got trained in a boxing ring that got formatted into a wrestling ring, and
that
that hurt.
yeah, that's kind of how mine was too. And yeah, there was no fucking give on that thing. It just uh
Nice ropes. That's
yeah,
about it. The turnbuckle was completely caved in. So yeah, your back got no support at all.
yeah.
On
Yeah, we had they were like the wire with like the plastic little covering of it. Have you had those kind of ropes before? They're not really ropes, I guess.
mm. We had
That was a weird one.
the typical indie rope that was but heavily consistently taped over, so it hurt like a bitch, bro. It was so bad.
Yeah, yeah, especially at first.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. When you go home, and your wife is looking at your back and there's bruises, and she's like, "Man, what's up? You got beat up that bad?" And it's like, "No, that was the ropes."
that's the ropes.
Yeah, it's like
The ropes.
I'm never doing that shit. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. I mean, that was the man. Those ropes. I just remember that was worse than anything. That was worse than the chops. Those first few days, the ropes would just be like, I think I had yellow, black, purple, blue, just about any color you needed from those. But
It depended on who gave me the chop, though, man. Because I had
oh, on the chops.
I
Yeah,
listen. I trained at a school with a 50-year-old humongous Dominican man, and his
yeah,
chop hurt really, really bad, bro. Goddamn, I felt like I got hit by a truck in my chest.
yeah. Those are tough, dude. It usually seems like it's the small guys that got like that aren't like I don't know. There's a some people you just know their chops are gonna hurt like a motherfucker,
Oh,
and it's like, well, damn, okay. Um,
but some
eh,
people you don't see it coming, and that's the thing. My tag team partner, bro, he's not that big. He's like 170, 175, and he's a little shorter than I am.
yeah,
And we'll train together, and he like uses chops to get out of things. And I'm like, man, yo, that fucking hurts. I'm gonna punch you in your face, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is about to become a shoot fight, brother. Like for real, because his chops hurt. His chops hurt.
yeah. Uh, yeah. Have you seen the movie Kayfabe the movie?
No,
Have
I
you heard
haven't.
of it? Okay.
I've heard of it. I'm not a big movie buff, so
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a wrestling movie. Some dudes made up in Vancouver, like almost 20 years ago, probably now. But it's it's like a mockumentary, like sort of like like The Office or whatever, shot kind of that way, but about like indie wrestling.
nah.
Um,
Okay, then I would love that because I love The
yeah,
Office. So
yeah, dude, it's great, man. It's on YouTube. But there's a guy who every match uh ends up fucking bleeding, like no matter what match it is. But then it's like, yeah, this guy fucking every match he chops and they hurt like a motherfucker, and bleeds every match. And it's like, yep, yeah, the person that's gonna, like, you got to watch out for in the Rumble and the Battle Royal or whatever. Um, and there's also a thing with the Battle Royal too, like they see who can get eliminated first, which was I always enjoyed. I had one match where I did it where at the very beginning, like fucking off and like up on the ropes, yelling at people, and just like as soon as the match starts, just get tossed right out. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm done for the day. But
I'm done. Yeah, that's
yeah,
it. You know what? All right, it was a good experience. Ready to go home now.
yeah, yeah. Those battle royals, man. Yeah, just a lot of kicking and punching and chopping. So I don't know. They're all right. Um, but so did you train then? You trained in New York then somewhere?
I did.
Okay. So
So yeah, I was brought up at a school called the BWF. It was like the Bronx Wrestling Federation, and
oh
you
shit.
know,
Okay.
yeah, it was a friend of mine who was already training there, and
Yeah.
he was, you know, I was still back at wrestling at the time, and he's like, "Yo, you can go to this wrestling school with me. It's a real ring. You can learn." And I'm like, "Man, I don't have money for that shit. It's like two, three, $4,000." And he's like, "No, you pay per day." And I'm like, "Ah, how much is it per day?" He's like, "Oh, $10." I'm like, $10 for the day? Fuck it, I'll be there tomorrow. And
Yeah.
a lot of us showed up every single day, and every single day we got trained, like Monday, Sunday through Saturday. And you
Well,
can train there as long as you want to, and all of those things. And it just
killer.
got us so comfortable with being inside of a ring, and because we were there so often that when time that matches came out, when we came up to the independents, we were already comfortable with taking crazy bumps, and we were willing to do this and this because we have already done it in the other platform, right? And then we're doing it here, which is a little bit softer, but shit, like we want to entertain. We've been doing this so long now. Like I'm in this ring every day, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, training
Yeah.
with a multitude of people. So you learn everything. I did a little bit of lucha. I did a lot of grappling. The one thing I didn't get trained in was psychology, and it took a friend of mine who has passed away now, but his name was Koda, and he really broke down psychology to me and steps of a match, and he's like, do this, and I'm like, what? I didn't even know. I know what these are. I just didn't know the order of them. He's like, so this is how it is. And you go outside of the formula a little bit, depending on the guy you're wrestling, and really make it fun for the crowd. And I'm like, no one's ever really sat there and explained that to me before, till just now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's I feel that's something that is not taught a lot right now, or like for more what's coming up now, there isn't a lot of psychology taught nearly as much. But I think, yeah, I mean, psychology is pretty important for,
Yeah,
being
absolutely.
able to make the crowd happy. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Like But then on the other hand, the biggest pop I've seen in the last 5 years was I was at a it was at like this bar in northern Idaho or southern Idaho, and it was like this. So I found this shirt at a thrift store for this thing called Dwarfinators, which is like a dwarf midget wrestling group, and I'm like, oh man, that look at this shirt, I got to get it. Like, fuck yeah! And so I ended up going to one of the shows, and dude, just the guy getting up on the ropes like this out to the crowd, biggest pop I fucking heard in 5 years, if not longer. Just nothing. Just it was ridiculous, man. Like how over these guys were just for not
But
doing much.
that definition of less is more really just comes into play right there. Like I got
Uh-huh.
told all the time. I got told that all the time. I used to like when I first started, I always had like a nice little comeback, and my comeback ended with a coast to coast, and everyone's like, "Why the fuck are you doing that every
Whoa.
single time? That is gonna kill you." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's true," because I want to cough up a lung right now. Every single time I do it, it
Yeah.
wasn't just that ring. It's you're pretty high up there. You're flinging yourself, and you're landing back first, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Every
Jesus,
time. Yeah.
every time, and I already have back problems. Like, come, let's be real.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
So,
So what would you switch it to?
um, usually depends on the match, but usually ends like with a handspring back elbow. Um, the guy goes to the corner, and then I'll just do like a cannonball. Cannonball is pretty signature with my move set. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but
That
yeah,
seems like that.
handspring back elbows are usually it, or like a handspring forearm.
Okay. Uh, where did the handspring come from? Did you pick that up in wrestling? You picked it up somewhere before?
No, I actually picked it up in wrestling. I have you ever heard of a place called the Sanctuary?
Yeah, dude, that's the place in northern Pennsylvania, like that. Dude, so I've been looking at that spot. I saw it like 4 or 5 years ago when I was living out in Oregon, and I saw a thing for this because it was this place that was going to make they were making it into a church so they'd be able to get like church status, and I was like, that's the most brilliant fucking thing. And the guy who was running always had really good advice and
Trust me.
shit on, yeah,
Yeah,
on
he's
online.
he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. So I picked it up there with one of my best friends, who I became really, really close to. We like wrestled at the Wild Samoans together. We went there
Oh
one
shit.
day for the Friday night tapings, and showing me that he can do it, but he's doing it no in like a very amateur way because he just started doing it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no fucking way I can do that. He's like, yeah, try it. Try it. I tried it for like 20 minutes and I finally got it. And then I did it again. And then I was like, you know what? I'm doing this shit from now on because like I'm not the guy that has abs and stuff. You're not the guy. I'm not the guy you're gonna expect to do that. So when
Right.
I do it, people are like, when you were able to do that? I was like, huh? Well, there you go, something else that you didn't know.
Yeah. And that'll set you apart from others, and you being that guy that's doing that. And
Yeah, essentially, that's what I want to do, man. Just set
yeah.
myself apart from the rest and really stand out. That's what this year for me is all about.
So
Rising up to main event level status.
so where are you now usually on the card? Like if you're like let's say there's 7 matches on a card. Where are you usually on the card? Or is it kind
Um,
of all over the place?
it can be a little bit all over the place. Like I go where I'm needed. I go where I'm needed. I'm very much a team player, and I understand that you're not always going to be the like match right before main. You're not always going to be the guy right after intermission. Maybe they want you to start off the show, and that's important too because you're setting the tone.
Yep.
Maybe your second match on the card because there's other implications involved. So wherever they need me is wherever I'm gonna be at.
So let's say you are the last match or one of the last matches. What are you doing before during the other matches?
So I like to watch the other matches because if I have an idea for something that I want to do and I see that it's been done once, two, three times, I'm definitely taking that out. I don't want to do it. You've already seen it. What
Yeah,
haven't they seen?
right. I think that's something that's missed upon right now a bunch. I think there's a lot of people that don't watch, and then you get towards those matches at the end of the night, and then they're wondering why the crowd's kind of flat on something that should be some sort of high spot or something, and they're like, because I've seen two or three guys already do it tonight, like there's not really that excitement of it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, someone already did that, or
Right.
have the same finish or something.
Exactly. I learned that from I was at the Samoan show the first time. I was at WXWC 4 in Pennsylvania with Samu and Alpha Jr. and all of them were there. And Alpha
Cool.
Jr. main. He was main event. And I think we were like two, three matches before them. But he's sitting there the whole time, watching it in the back because they had a monitor. And he's literally going to his opponent. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Hey, remember that splash route? Take that out. We're not doing that. All right, brother. I guess we're calling this on the fly. And then, it got explained to me why he was doing that. And it's like, that is so smart. Why have I? You learn how to do all the crazy moves and bumps and all this, but it's the smallest things that you don't see, that you don't get taught nowadays, unless you go to certain schools or you talk to certain people. You really don't see that. And I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm doing from now on. I'm gonna watch whatever hasn't been done that I can do. I'm gonna do that tonight, and
With
that's
yeah,
so important. It's so important.
yeah, with probably the least amount of difficult bump rating, uh, like whatever that is that hasn't been done, or but yeah, I mean, and then too with footwork, like watching footwork, you can tell a lot too, like how many steps you see someone taken doing, with the happy feet or whatever you want to call it, or
Yeah,
you can usually tell a lot with like the little things in wrestling, and little things slowing down. It's all the stuff that I feel that got told to us early on, but took a while to get that aha. And then it's like, oh, that's why you were saying that.
right, right. Like, oh, you're now I'm learning. Now I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
good. I got some education today.
yeah. Because yeah, I mean, you can learn to go, and anyone can learn to take a bump, to do whatever, you know, high spot or something of whatever. But why why are you doing it, and like what leads up to it? And I mean, yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people go and do these huge things, or even just people go in and with the super common dive onto everybody's spot. Um, how many people have to like really get the crowd pumped up after they just like did this huge thing of jumping off? Like that should like gets a good reaction. Like where at the same time you got the little guys that go out there and do this and like biggest fucking pop, man.
Which
Like
is crazy. But
yeah,
man, I've seen a guy get a pop from a headlock takeover. I shit you
great.
not, man. Three, 4 matches go on. Mm, crazy moves, good match. Crowd wasn't as engaged. And then this guy comes out and he does a headlock takeover and gets one of the biggest pops of the night. And I'm like, am I in Memphis right now? Am I
Right.
like,
Yeah.
where are we? Why is this getting such a pop? Like,
Yeah.
what am I not doing? And it's just You pick and choose your moments, and that's me as a wrestler, as a performer.
Yeah.
I'm all about moments. I want to create moments. I want people to be like, "Wow, damn, I love
Yeah.
this."
And at the end of the night, they're gonna remember that moment you had. And yeah, and like you were saying, like I had a couple friends that did a match where they before the match started, they told me like we're not gonna bump at all and we're gonna work each other's thumbs. And that was the whole match, and that was the most entertaining match of the night. No bumps, just fucking worked each other's thumbs the whole fucking time. And that was it. Like,
But I bet you they engaged the audience the entire time
yep,
they did. And
yep,
that's what it is. People like to be involved. They don't want to feel left out. If they feel like you're doing this for them, they're gonna love whatever you do. And that's what I've learned as a performer. That's how I've grown to know
yeah,
this is what they wanted, not what I thought they wanted. They don't care about all these flippy dippy stuff that I can't even do to begin with. I can do a few flips here and there, but I mean, I can't like I'm not the biggest springboard person. I can do a moonsault. I haven't gotten to do one in a very long time though. So
yeah.
hopefully I'll do one eventually at Titan. Hopefully. So
Okay.
Titan is where like my main things kind of go down now. Right now, I had a match in December, and they gave me that opportunity, and I'm beyond grateful for them for giving me that. It was a co-main event, and it was a street fight, and
Oh
it,
shit.
they put a lot of trust in me to be able to do that. And luckily we hit it. We hit a home run. Thank God. But
Yeah. Is that in New York?
that no, that's actually in Jersey.
Oh, in Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Like, okay.
Titan Championship Wrestling.
Okay. Is that like Northern Jersey?
They're
Or is
all
it
over.
down by Philly?
They're all over Jersey. So Titan
Okay.
doesn't. Yeah, Titan goes a lot of different venues. They can go all the way from Hoboken all the way down to South Jersey. Uh,
Cool.
they North Carolina. They're really
Oh shit.
building. Yeah, man, they're investing in their company, and that the owner sacrifices himself to make sure that we have that platform, and we're beyond grateful to him for that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's fucking killer.
oh, he's fucking great, bro. He is
Yeah.
as a person, as a businessman, well, everything. He's a great dude to work for. Like it took me 3 years to get into that place, so not taking that for granted.
Yeah. And so then you were saying also about Memphis. Man, like Memphis is somewhere that I wanted to get to at some point. Like, I don't know, man. Just for like if I had one more run in me, man, that would be like where I wanted to go. But because yeah, I mean it's just so different. Like being able, like you were saying, having nothing, have the headlock takeover be the huge fucking pop for the night. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, man. But so have you gone or where's somewhere you'd want to go? Like what part of the country or different country or where's somewhere you're
I
looking
mean,
for?
honestly, it's bucket list for me, wrestling wise. It's Germany and Japan, like the
Yeah,
UK area and Japan. Like I'm dying to do that. That is a very big goal of mine. Most guys wanna, hey, I want to get signed by WWE. Would I love that? Absolutely. I would never turn down a WWE contract. Absolutely not. But for me, Japan.
yeah,
Um, and if I had to pick the top company I really wanted to wrestle for in America, it's NWA.
yeah.
It's old school. I'm a very old school minded person. It's what I grew up watching a lot of the NWA stuff, Ric Flair and
Oh,
those guys. Um,
okay.
yeah, I'm young body, old soul, man. So like to
Yeah.
be able to step foot in that same ring that I grew up watching is just full circle honor for me.
So you were up in New York watching NWA.
So I grew up in Tennessee.
Oh,
So
okay. So then, all
I grew
right.
up in, yeah, man. I
Shit.
grew up in Tennessee, and for me,
Where
like wrestling is, in Nashville area.
have you gone down there and wrestled at all?
I've never wrestled there. No,
Oh, man.
never have. I never have. Something I
Do
definitely would like to do this year too.
do you watch NWA at
I
all?
watch it when I can right now, but
Okay.
I was watching it a lot more when Nick Aldis was there. I don't know, his presence as a champion was just for me, it was it. I got to really watch a lot of his stuff, and I was very happy about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, then you have fucking Silas is from Silas Mason, you know who he is?
Hmm.
From Tennessee right there. Uh man, yeah. That guy. I love watching that guy wrestle, man. Um yeah, he's a fun one, dude. I did one match with him. Um we had 10 minutes. We like from curtain to curtain. We chased each other around for like 9 minutes outside the ring. And then he fucking like I think he hit me up again. Like, I don't know. He did something and then threw me in the ring. And I stood up and he fucking kicked me in the nuts. And then we got DQ'd. And then that was the end of the fucking in the match, man. And I just, screamed for a while in the middle of the ring. Um,
Sounds like an easy
but
night.
yeah, dude. But yeah, dude, like that fucking man. So do you have family down there in Tennessee then still? Or
Um, I did not anymore,
okay.
unfortunately.
All
But
right.
that place is always going to be home. Most of my family is up in the New York, Connecticut, Florida area. But
Okay.
it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You get the city life, the country life.
Yeah.
You know, you get the peace and quiet, and you get the loud and obnoxiousness. So
So,
you know,
so where do you go in? Because I mean, if you're in New York right now, do you like then go to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, something like that?
and I drive a lot. I drive a lot.
Is it your car?
Yeah, a lot. So, like thankfully, wrestling has been good to me in that sense. I've gotten to travel abroad and like meet so
Where?
many people and just like I've gotten to wrestle in a lot of different states and things like
Oh,
that and
okay.
have fun road trips and you make those memories and most of my closest friends now are because of wrestling.
Yeah.
My tag team partner, who is my brother, is because of wrestling. My one of my other brothers because of wrestling. Like uh, everybody I know is because of wrestling right now.
Yeah. And so then you're on the road with them all the time. Like you get,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
sometimes unfortunately, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So then, what about like toll roads and shit? How's that work? So if you're going somewhere and it's gonna take you an extra 40 minutes, but you save a toll, do you go without the toll road or do you take the toll road?
Toll road, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm taking the toll road.
Okay.
I already got enough to deal with getting there, having to wait for the show to start, going over. I'm at work. I'm driving to work. It's usually a long commute, and I got to drive back home. No, fuck that. I'm taking this whole road.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
works. Yeah.
I don't care about the
Just
extra couple dollars.
yeah. Um, so then uh you're in New York, but like, what part of New York are you in? Are you in the city? Are you like kind of on the outskirts?
So I actually currently live in New Jersey.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
All right,
actually currently, yeah, I live in New Jersey. But
all right.
yeah, but I was in New York for years. So, and gonna move back eventually, of course.
Yeah,
But my significant other being in New York City, in New York. Of course, I'm gonna end up moving back, but it's just New Jersey has also it's grown on me. It's all right.
Are you up in the northern part then?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to New York.
Oh, okay. Just
Pretty
over the
close.
river.
Yeah, just basically right over the bridge.
Okay, cool.
So,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I liked it there a lot more than I thought I would. Um,
hmm
which was interesting. I hadn't been there since 1987. Last time I was there, man, I remember like yeah, like I was a little kid, man, and it was different, a little different in 1987, but yeah, I went there like a number of times. I was living in Connecticut last year, and so I go down in the city, man, and it was cool. The weird thing too was like it was nicer than any town on the West Coast. All the towns in the West Coast are just full of people and fucking drugs, and there's shit and
yeah,
needles
depending on where you
everywhere.
go.
Yeah.
Depending on where you, I spent some time in California and I had a lot of fun there. It was really nice. It was a whole different vibe and energy.
Where were
So
you in California?
I was in Montclair, California, which is like 40 minutes up from Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah. So you weren't in the city in the city.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very like beachy. It's a really nice area. So
Yeah. What brought you out there?
um, I was going through a
On a
lot of
trip.
personal things at the time, and
Okay.
I got in my car one night and I just started driving, and
Drove to California.
I just ended up being in California. Drove for almost 2 days and just found
You
myself there.
did that in 2 days
Yeah.
from New York?
Yep.
Holy
Yep.
shit. Which route did you go?
But I can't even tell you. That was
Where
uh that was back in 2000. It was
wow.
very long time ago. It was over a decade. Long, but maybe closer to 15, 20 years.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah, around that area. I was still a teen, so
Yeah. Just wanted to fucking go to California.
I wasn't
And
California wasn't even the destination. I didn't have one. I just found myself there and stood there for a little while and really got a lot of mental clarity. Like a lot of people go through mental health issues and they all deal with it their own way. And for me at that time, felt like that was the best move for me. And I found
smart.
myself there and I had a lot of fun there. It was great. I met some great people who I'm friends with to this day. Um, so I'm really actually grateful for my experience going over there.
What was your moment where you're like, okay, this is the spot where I need to stop? Like you said in Montclair, when you're on the beach, was that like when you got there, you're like, okay, I think this is what I needed to get to? Was that kind of the spot or the moment?
I
Or
actually no, so I actually ended up in LA.
okay,
And then I couldn't stand it because the traffic there is ridiculous. Jesus Christ, it's
yeah,
bad. I thought New
yeah,
York was bad. Um,
yeah. That's why
yeah,
everyone in LA has nice cars because they spend all the time in their car and they have
you know,
shitty houses.
yeah, and expensive as hell.
Yep.
And then I met someone there, and me and him were really cool, and he was telling me how he lived up in Montclair. He's like, if you wanna come out, I went to his home. Him and his family welcomed me with open arms, and we started hanging out ever since. And I stood there. It was very calm. I didn't have to deal with all the traffic. They lived in a beach house, so it was very, very good for me.
That's fucking awesome. It's a good way to get everything going there. And
hmm
and so do you stay there for a little while then or what?
Yeah, I was there for about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just one day you're like, it's time to go home or time to move on to your next place, wherever that was, or what?
I came back home. I got homesick. I did. I got homesick. I realized that, as much as I love the vibe and everything, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to go home. And that was it. I drove back home.
Were you wrestling yet then?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This was before wrestling.
Oh, okay. PW or FW? No,
What, PWG?
PW. I'm fucking losing my mind, dude. I can't figure out. Before wrestling, BW. Yeah. Uh,
Before wrestling. That was a,
before
yeah.
wrestling. It went right over my head, man. Whatever I was trying to fucking do, man.
It's all right, bro. It's all
Like
right.
I don't know what fucking letter we're going with, but yeah, dude. It's fucking.
That fucking mug is amazing.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Straight up.
I have this thing has made it with me for like I don't know, like through five different moves or something.
I
Like,
am a SpongeBob fan, bro, to this
are
day.
you,
Oh yeah, me and my kids watch it too.
dude? Yeah, it's fucking great, man. I had a buddy like when I was like 20, and he had a couple of kids, like you know, we were probably like 3 or 4 then, and he's like, dude, you got to watch this show, man, with my kids. Like, you got to fucking see this SpongeBob. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. I'm cool, man. I'm 20. I can't be watching cartoons, and I'm like, oh shit, I fucking love this. I love this cartoon. This is fucking great.
Exactly.
Great. This
Exactly.
is great. And then, and yeah, and then later on, and then like I'm a Ween fan, and so then like the music, like, so at the end of they've done a couple things for it because like the the concept of the show was kind of off of the one of their albums, um, which whatever. But yeah, man, like man, I don't know. I don't know. I have some shirts that I wear that have I have like 3 shirts with SpongeBob on them that I like to wear around. Like
I don't
you
have
know,
any SpongeBob shirts, man. I don't. I have like Dragon Ball shirts and Batman shirts, but
yeah. Do you wear them often then, or it
oh yeah,
seems
I'm a humongous
okay?
Batman and Dragon Ball fan. Actually, my girlfriend got me a Dragon Ball hoodie
Oh
around
shit.
November time, and I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much right now. It's yeah, this is my thing. This is my thing.
So I was talking to this guy yesterday who's a lifeguard. I was at the pool, well, or whatever, yeah. And I was talking about wrestling, and I'm like, dude, there is like anime is so big, like for like wrestlers. There's so many wrestlers that just love anime.
Yeah,
Um, it's wild. He's like this. He's into anime, and I'm like, dude, like there's a huge fucking crossover. So were you into Dragon Ball? Or were you into other ones then too? Were you into like the
yeah.
Pokemon and
The
Power
poke.
Rangers stuff?
I wasn't a big Power Rangers fan. And
Okay,
and a lot of my friends used to knock me for that because how the fuck you don't like Power Rangers? I'm like, I don't know. There's just something about it.
yeah,
I was more of a, like a Yu Yu Hakusho kid, and no,
okay,
which is one that usually gets forgotten about. Um,
yeah.
no, I wasn't an Inuyasha fan, and Bleach was okay for me. Um, but Dragon Ball and like Yu Yu Hakusho and like the Batman series when I was a child. Oh my God, that was no.
So
Besides that, if I wasn't watching those three, I was watching wrestling, 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 wrestling.
what kind of wrestling were you into? What wrestling were you watching? You said you were watching some NWA. Was that later on, or was that
The first wrestling I ever watched was actually Lucha.
okay? What was it? Was it like
It was I
El
believe it
Zero or
was Triple
something?
A. Triple A.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, man. Uh, what do you remember from that?
Man, I just remember like a lot of dives, man. A lot of dives. La Parca, I remember watching him,
Yeah,
like I believe the original one. And like I just loved his style. Especially when you tune on your TV after that on another channel and then you see Sting and you're like, what this black and white shit is just I guess everywhere, and then you tune on WWE and you see Kane and The Undertaker and those guys, you're like, damn, all
yeah.
right. And for some reason, I wanted to do it. You know, once I saw one particular person, I was like, yeah, I want to do this.
Who was it?
It was Eddie. It was Eddie.
Eddie, like when?
It was Eddie in
Like,
WCW around the time where he was
okay.
wrestling Rey Mysterio, and I saw
Okay,
that
yeah.
match, and I
The
was
fuck,
like, wow,
yeah.
holy
Like,
shit.
yeah. Yeah, man, fucking Eddie, like, I wish that, I mean, there was so much that could have still gone with him, or like that if he was in, I mean, it was part of his story too, that like he, like was in, like, he was in a hard place, in WCW days and stuff. And like, what could have been if he was, you know, in a better place at that time. I mean, he was still just like fucking killing it. And like,
Yeah,
and then just afterwards, just right back to it. Like, fuck, dude,
yeah. I
it's
mean,
hard.
it sucks, but like, I grew up as a fan of so many people, but like, there's certain people that could legit make me hate them, and I was like, damn. And me as a wrestler now, I was like, man, if I'm a heel, I need to do that. You
Yeah.
know,
Who
Triple
was
H
that?
could make me hate him.
Okay. Triple
He,
H.
I hated him. He knew what to do to make you not stand him. Stone Cold knew what to do to make you love him. He was that badass that just came out and just beat the hell out of everybody. The Rock was the one that if he comes out, I know I'm gonna laugh because he's hilarious. So
Yeah.
you, so many different people presenting that product made me want to do it. Then on the wrestling aspect of it, I know people don't mention his name a lot because of
That
what
guy.
that guy and
Yeah.
and Kurt Angle had some of the greatest matches
Dude.
ever.
Fuck yeah.
And
Yep.
I fell in love. I was like, yo, I know I said I wanted to do this, but now I really want to do that. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do. I'm doing diving headbutts from my dresser down to my bed. Because of that, I was doing ankle locks to kids in school. Unfortunately, I broke a kid's ankle doing that.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
legit,
shoot
man.
a
I got
guy
in so
here,
much
man.
trouble for that. Oh my
Uh,
God.
dude, you know which one fucking I don't know if it was ever, yeah, I fucking broke an ankle. The like the sharpshooter fucking hurts so much, man. Like the sharpshooter or the fucking whatever, Lion Tamer, Walls of Jericho, whichever one of those. Like, dude, that shit fucking
Yeah, it
it,
hurts, man.
yeah,
It
dude,
hurts so
yeah.
bad.
Like, oh man, like shit, this fucking really fucking hurts.
Right? Yeah, man.
Fuck. All right, this is all right. It's real. It's real. It's real.
It's
Uh,
real. Yeah. Because
yeah.
you're just, shit.
What was a move that you found out like shit? This one sucks. This one fucking hurts like a motherfucker. Uh, or what was there one? Like, or was there a hold or something that?
Um, a lot of holds when I got older because I was on the wrestling team. But
Okay.
shit. I mean, if you're gonna do regular move, I can power bomb, bro. Power bomb.
Yeah.
I got power bomb one day, and I was like, ow, ouch, that hurt.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Those.
shit.
Yeah. Like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
see
that's
why
gonna
guys
feel
don't
like.
kick out of this, like
Yeah.
or a spear, if you don't know how to take it properly because we don't know what the fuck we're doing,
Right.
you know. It's like when Goldberg would do a spear. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. You watch some of those, just like, holy shit, man. Like,
Especially when you
uh,
go to a live event for the first time and you see how
yeah.
big they actually are, and you're like, man,
Yeah.
wow, like
Like,
somebody was dumb enough to start a fight with you. Fuck that, not me.
yeah. So did you get to go to live events and shit then when you were growing up?
Um, when I was
Or
when I was 13, I got to go to my first ever live event, and that was WrestleMania 20. So
In New York.
in New York,
Shit, hell yeah.
at the Garden, and it
That's,
was an amazing event, and it's just like
wow.
shit. One of
Yeah.
my favorite match of all time took place at that night.
Yeah.
So
Which
yeah,
of course was
the main event.
Goldberg and
And Lesnar, of course, of course, that's the greatest match of all time. That was the greatest match on the card. Like
yeah.
the main event went 40 minutes. Nobody cared about that. It was all about Goldberg and Lesnar.
Yep. Goldberg and Lesnar match. Fuck, dude, that was great, man. I watched that shit on repeat, man.
They got
Um,
booed out of the fucking building, bro.
yeah, I bet, man. Trying to
And I didn't
fucking
understand why. I didn't know what was going on.
yeah,
I was like, shit.
yeah. I mean, it's you got some crowds, man. You got some crowds that are gonna tell you how it is, man. They don't like it. You're gonna fucking hear about it.
Yeah,
Which
yeah, man. I've had them. I've come out and cut a promo and introduced myself instead of the
yeah.
ring announcer doing it to get some heat. And I got a guy throwing a fucking beer at me. I
Oh
was like, go
shit.
fuck yourself. And I'm like, yeah. And then after that, he goes and says, when you're done with this shit, we're gonna lynch you. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to run to my car.
Yep.
Shit.
It's gonna be one of those nights, man.
It's a rough night at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Time to get that fucking leather jacket or something, man. To make sure I don't get stabbed tonight.
Right.
Um, yeah. Shit, man. Yeah. Like you never know. Uh, Wrestling fans are wild, but we're wrestling fans, so like, yeah, like, guess I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. You never know what's gonna happen in the
Listen, they pay
wrestling.
their money to come watch. They can do what they want. I mean, obviously, don't hit a wrestler because you're
Right.
not gonna like the end result of that. But
Yeah.
boo, cheer, curse somebody out, whatever you want. You paid that money for that reason. You have that privilege, and we
Yeah.
want to hear from you, whether you like us or not. You know.
So yeah, if people are going to hear from you or see you, where are they going to hear from you, or where are they going to see you coming up here, or how can they get a hold of you?
Well, February 17th, Titan is doing an event, a charity event in the Bayville Elks. So
Okay.
they can come watch me there. I have Outcast Championship Wrestling in Massachusetts on February 23rd. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, come watch some cool shit, bro.
All right.
Come watch some
With
cool shit and for a good cause. So
then, how do people get a hold of you or find you? How can they find you and follow you in a dark alley or online or wherever?
all right, so Dark Alley, I'm not so sure about because I'm not a Dark Alley kind of guy. No,
Cool.
but Facebook, Daniel Riley, Instagram, Mr. HLW 254, Daniel Riley, X, Twitter, same thing. So,
All right. Cool. Yeah, dude, thanks for being on, making my job easy. I can just sit back and not have to uh think too much.
no,
So
thank you. I actually, we talked about a lot of stuff that I've never even gotten to speak about on the podcast ever. So I think
yeah,
this is going to be completely original. Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
you're welcome.
Uh,
Thank
Pleasure to
you.
meet you. You're a cool ass dude. Hopefully we could do this
Likewise.
again.
Yeah, or I'll see you somewhere, man. I don't know, man. Maybe there'll be a show sometime. We'll cross paths or something.
Hey, if you want to drive down to the Bayville Laux on the 17th, you're more than welcome to.
Is that in Northern Jersey?
South Jersey.
South Jersey? Is it by Philly?
No, not that south. It's I'm not sure if there's more central or south, but it's heading towards that area. It's towards the
Right.
Toms River area.
Okay. That might not be that far.
No, it might not be. So yeah, if you
Okay.
want to come check it out, come check it out, man. It's gonna
All
be
right.
a hell of an event. So you got a lot of good matches, and I think you'd have a lot of fun going there, and it's for a really good cause.
All right. Yeah, man.
So
Okay.
100% of the proceeds that night go strictly to that charity. So
I mean, dude, there's so much like wrestling shows like do pretty well for that, man. Like they're like I don't know. It seems like I don't know. I can't tell you how many fucking charity shows I've fucking seen or have been in. Like wrestling's always there for someone that's like in need of something, or something's in need of something. Like wrestling shows, we'll put on a show and fucking cool. Like
Yeah,
it's
why
great,
not?
man. I love it. I love it.
Gotta love wrestling, bro.
Yeah,
That's just my slogan on it. Gotta love wrestling.
yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, cool. Well, hope you have a good rest of your day, and yeah, I'll get you back here in a few months or something, or if I'll see you somewhere
Absolutely, whenever
or
you're not
whatever.
booked up.
Yeah,
So,
right. Yeah, likewise.
no, congrats on your success, though, man. Really happy for
Cool.
you.
You too. Thank you. All right. Later. All right. That was Daniel Riley. So you guys check him out. Yeah, I'll put the links. You guys can follow him. Not in a dark alley though. Apparently, don't follow him in a dark alley. So follow him only in well lit places. And thank you everyone for listening here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. And that is the show, man. Boom.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.